Welcome back, football fans. Today we're diving deep into Manchester United's latest transfer news and squad developments ahead of the January window. We'll cover why Ruben Amorim might be looking to strengthen his midfield with Joao Gomes, how Cesco's mixed start has United chasing a more experienced striker like Serhou Guirassy, and the surprise interest in Barcelona's goalkeeper Marc-André Ter Stegen. Plus, we'll talk about United's urgent need for goals from the bench and why youngster Gabriele Biancheri could be the perfect impact sub. Stick around as we break down all these stories and what they mean for United's push for Champions League football this season. Rob Edwards shares how Joao Gomes has coped with links to Man United. We've discussed Manchester United's list of potential 2026 midfield signings is long, but Joao Gomes is one of the standout names who could be attainable. Gabriele Biancheri is expected to go out on loan this January, but if he were already getting game time at Manchester United, he'd likely remain with the squad. The 19-year-old has shown great goal-scoring talent this season, netting 5 goals and providing 3 assists, stats that Ruben Amorim could definitely use as an impact option from the bench. Biancheri has the potential to become a super sub in the mold of players like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer or Chicharito. If United want to climb higher in the league, adding goal threat off the bench through Biancheri could be key. Last summer, Ineos invested heavily to improve Manchester United's squad, adding quality across the pitch. One key signing was goalkeeper Sen Lammens from Royal Antwerp, who has impressed by preventing 1.51 expected goals over 5 Premier League appearances so far, according to SofaScore. Another major signing was Brazilian forward Matheus Cunha, brought in from Wolverhampton Wanderers for £62.5 million. Cunha scored his first goal for United last month in their 4-2 victory over Brighton and Hove Albion. Now, the new Wolves boss, Rob Edwards, has admitted that Gomes' future has been discussed this week, although the player is unfazed as quoted by Liam Keane. We've spoken about recruitment, but my focus has been on getting the team organized. We have got some good players and there will always be interest, but I'm not aware of anything. Joao has been excellent this week. Encouragingly, Gomes hasn't been affected by links, something which has derailed Carlos Balíba's career this season since he was linked with United. If United want to bring Gomes in to bolster the poor midfield, Wolves could be tempted in January as they'll get a higher fee than in the summer, with relegation likely to happen anyway. Joao Gomes could be the market opportunity Manchester United must take. In 2026, Manchester United seem to already have a set plan, with midfield the position needing the most TLC, having been neglected for years. United want to continue signing Premier League proven and Gomes would likely cost less than half what Anderson or Wharton would. One United player who would be thrilled to see Gomes is Matheus Cunha, with the former Wolves star knowing exactly how good he is. Gomes is potentially the ideal Casemiro replacement, being an all-action midfield star who can do it all. Man United have already made offer for Ter Stegen. The Red Devils recruited Sen Lammens from Royal Antwerp to bolster the goalkeeping department last summer, and he has already made a good impression. The Belgian has kept 1 clean sheet from 5 appearances to date. Despite this, United continue to be linked with Ter Stegen, and El Desmarque claimed that the Germany international has already received offers from the Red Devils and Besiktas amid his uncertain career with the Blaugrana. Summer signing João Garcia and Wojciech Szczesny are ahead of him in the pecking order at Barcelona, and Ter Stegen is aware that he needs to leave Barcelona to boost his World Cup selection prospects for next summer. Germany head coach Julian Nagelsmann has already opened the door for Ter Stegen's comeback, but the experienced shotstopper needs to play regularly between January and May to make the cut as the first-choice goalkeeper. Ter Stegen, who is about to return from a back injury, could leave on loan or terminate his Barcelona contract in January. Surprise move. Lammens made his debut for the Red Devils after a series of inconsistent performances from Altay Bayındır between the sticks. He was brilliant on his debut, keeping a clean sheet in a 2-0 Premier League win over Sunderland at Old Trafford. The 23-year-old has conceded 7 goals in his next 4 appearances for the Red Devils, but almost all goals have come from mishaps from the defense. Lammens has built his reputation as a solid goalkeeper with good distribution and strong reflexes. United have now been credited with an interest in Ter Stegen, but a mid-season deal would be a surprise. Unless United are looking to replace Lammens, it does not make sense to pursue a loan deal for the former Borussia Mönchengladbach man. Ter Stegen, described as world-class by Barcelona's official website, is one of the best and most experienced goalkeepers around, but he has been sidelined since July after undergoing back surgery. He is touted to return to full training by next month. With United chasing Champions League qualification this season, They seem unlikely to trust a goalkeeper who may be rusty to start with. They are most likely to continue with Lamens this term, and Ter Stegen could end up joining Besiktas instead. Man United ranked 20th in damning substitute stat that calls for Gabriele Biancheri promotion. Manchester United's season has seen one consistent flaw emerge, but Ruben Amorim could use Gabriele Biancheri to solve it. After 11 Premier League games, things are definitely looking up for Manchester United, sitting well in the Champions League race. Ruben Amorim has United on a 5-game unbeaten streak, but this could have been even better. United have thrown away victory after Casemiro's exit in the past 2 games, with options from the bench pour across the pitch. Now, the extent of this quality drop can be seen in the lack of impact substitutes have had at United. Manchester United yet to score from a substitute this season. This season there have been undeniable improvements for United, but in terms of substitutions, it has been a step backward. As aforementioned, Casemiro's withdrawal has often led to collapse for United, which is completely unsustainable. But now it has emerged that United are bottom of the league for goals scored from the bench. It shows a lack of plan B on the bench, and if the starters cannot score, then United are effectively going to draw a blank. However, it also shows opposition teams that United aren't capable of changing the game up when in a slump. Gabriele Biancheri can be goal machine from the bench for United. With United struggles to add goals from the bench, perhaps Amorim needs to change his bench, and there might be no youngster better to be an impact sub right now than Biancheri. Gabriele Biancheri is expected to go out on loan this January, but if he were already getting game time at Manchester United, he'd likely remain with the squad. The 19-year-old has shown great goal-scoring talent this season, netting 5 goals and providing 3 assists, stats that Ruben Amorim could definitely use as an impact option from the bench. Biancheri has the potential to become a super sub in the mold of players like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer or Chicharito. If United want to climb higher in the league, adding goal threat off the bench through Biancheri could be key. Last summer, Ineos invested heavily to improve Manchester United's squad, adding quality across the pitch. One key signing was goalkeeper Sen Lamens from Royal Antwerp, who has impressed by preventing 1.51 expected goals over 5 Premier League appearances so far, according to SofaScore. Another major signing was Brazilian forward Matheus Cunha, brought in from Wolverhampton Wanderers for £62.5 million. Cunha scored his first goal for United last month in their 4-2 victory over Brighton and Hove Albion. Bryan Mbeumo has arguably been the most successful addition to the squad. Since his £71 million move from Brentford, the left-footed star has scored 5 goals and provided 1 assist in 11 Premier League games for the Red Devils. Whilst Cunha and Mbeumo both arrived from other English clubs as known quantities, the club were also willing to splash the cash on more of a gamble with Benjamin Sesko. The Red Devils spent £66.4 million to sign the Slovenia international from RB Leipzig in the summer to replace Rasmus Højlund, and he has had a mixed start to life at Old Trafford. Why Man United need to sign another centre-forward? Sesko has scored 2 goals in 11 appearances in the Premier League since his big-money move from Germany, and both of those goals came in his first 7 outings. The 22-year-old marksman scored his first goal for the club against Brentford in September, before netting his second goal against Sunderland in a 2-0 win at Old Trafford. Sesko scored 13 goals in 33 matches in the Bundesliga in the 2024-25 campaign for Leipzig, per SofaScore, so it was always going to be a tough ask for the striker to hit the ground running as a goal machine in the Premier League. As you can see in the table above, Sesko struggled in his last 2 appearances for United before the international break, losing the majority of his physical duels without offering any significant threat in the final third. Man United chasing deal for another Bundesliga striker. According to Caught Offside, Manchester United are one of a number of clubs chasing a deal to sign Borussia Dortmund centre-forward Serhou Guirassy. The report claims that he has a release clause in his contract with the German side that will allow him to be sold for a fee of roughly £44 million to a select group of elite clubs in the January transfer window. It adds that Arsenal, Manchester United and PSG are all in the race to sign the Guinea international, but it remains unclear if any of those 3 teams fall into the group of clubs that can activate that release clause. Caught Offside reports that the Red Devils are ones to watch in the race to land the Bundesliga centre-forward because Amorim wants more experienced options in his front line. Sesko, 22, is still in the early stages of his development, and Guirassy could be viewed as an experienced number 9 who could offer a huge upgrade in the immediate term. Why Man United should sign Serhou Guirassy? At the age of 29, the Dortmund centre-forward would arrive at Old Trafford as the experienced striker that Amorim wants to bolster his squad with, as he would be ready to come in and make an instant impact. It can sometimes be the case with young players that they have the technical qualities and potential to be an incredible player in the future, but they do not have a tight grasp of the nuances that come with delivering consistently at the top level. Guirassy, being 29 and having been around the block, has tightened up his game and is focused on output, scoring and assisting goals, which is reflected in his statistics compared to Serhou's over the past 365 days. That's it for today's Manchester United update. With winter transfer plans shaping up, will the Red Devils finally land the midfield reinforcement they need in Joao Gomes? And can Amorim find a reliable goal scorer to support Serhou up front? Keep an eye on the goalkeeper situation with Ter Stegen and the exciting prospect of Gabriele Biancheri coming off the bench to provide a much-needed spark. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on the latest transfer news and squad updates. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.